Madam Chairman, I'm very pleased to yield 3 minutes to the sponsor of this legislation, the gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Tipton.
The gentleman from Colorado is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank the Chairman for yielding. Madam Chair, after listening to our Democrat colleagues' statement, probably the best thing that we can do to be able to align their fears is for them to read the bill. It actually protects private property rights, and let me fill in the balance of the story from the letter that you just cited. The ski areas are saying that they strongly support passage of the Bipartisan Water Rights Act, H.R. 3189. I'd like to be able to submit for the record over 40 different organizations, farmers, ranchers, ski areas, municipalities that are supporting this legislation to be able to protect private property rights in the United States.
The request is covered under general leave.
Madam Chair, the fear in Washington is palpable. Yesterday, we heard from the White House the threat of a veto against a piece of legislation which is just codifying what is protected in the Constitution, private property rights in this country. Madam, there is going to be a headline in tomorrow's paper. With the affirmative passage of this legislation, it will read that the House of Representatives stood with the American people, stood with private property rights to stop a job-killing federal water grab. That's what this legislation is about. A very clear choice exists today. You can choose to stand with farmers, with ranchers, municipalities, with our ski areas, to be able to protect the Constitution regarding the Fifth Amendment for just compensation. Or you can embrace the heavy hand of government, and support a job-killing federal water grab. That is the clear choice that we face today. This bill is narrow in scope. In fact, the manager's amendment that I'll be putting forward is actually going to make sure that many of the concerns that we have just heard expressed are reasserted in that legislation, to be able to protect the Endangered Species Act, to make sure that authorities are not currently under law or exceeded, and to make sure that our tribes are actually protected from the heavy hand of government being used as a tool for another federal water grab. This is a common sense piece of legislation that's designed to stand for the very principle that we have in this country of private property rights. Protect the water of the West, protect that private property right. A simple two-page legislation. Madam Chair, this is legislation which serves the interests of this country, serves the interests of the West, and I ask for its adoption. With that, I yield.